Hey, West Michigan, it is time to give back. The Purse Project is back for its 12th year, right?
Yes.
12th year, collecting purses, totes, and backpacks. We got a couple of items here filled with essentials and small gifts for people experiencing homelessness, and even prizes for seniors. And here to tell us all about how this works is Denise Colazar, the founder of the Purse Project. Thank you so much, Denise, for being here with us. We really appreciate your time. And this is such a great organization that you've kind of put together over the last many years, now more than a decade. For those who don't know what the Purse Project is, tell us all about it.
So the Purse Project was done in memory of my sister, who died homeless. And when I received her purse, it had 3 things in it. A picture of my 2-year-old son, a picture of Jesus, and then the FedEx envelope that I had sent her cash.
Oh my gosh.
So that was all that was in her purse, and it was a dirty, filthy purse. So I thought, okay. I mean, it took me 20 years to put something together, but I started off by just putting some purses together with a few friends, and then we took them down to the food bank, and when women came to collect food, they got a purse full of things you would have in your purse. So that's how it all started, and then it kind of grew, and then, you know, Marianne Sable from Sable PR decided to get involved, and she co-coordinates it with me now, and then we got to know all the homeless shelters, right? And then, you know, that's how it started. And now we give to Mel Trotter, we give to Guiding Light, we give to Care Resources for seniors, and then we give to Dega.
Wow.
So those are the main places that we give.
When you were first starting out with this, did you ever feel like it was going to expand into what it is today? I mean, when you look back 12 years ago, did you think you would be where you're at with this project?
Absolutely not, because it was not, you know, it's not something you want to share with everybody about what happened to your sister.
Right.
But, you know, then people are like, but just think how many people you can reach if you share your story and you make it bigger. And so I've seen the results of that. I mean, when we're delivering the purses, they're getting excited, like the purses are here, the purses are here. So I know that it's something special. You know, you don't have to have a purse or a backpack. So it's just something that makes you feel a little special and maybe gives you a little bit hope that, you know, your life isn't totally not seen.
Yeah.
I want the homeless to know we see you. And, you know, at first we started off with purses, and then I thought we need to involve the men too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, one of the reasons so we were delivering purses, and there was a young man in there, and he goes, women get everything. Us men, we're left out. Oh. And we had that year started collecting backpacks. I said, oh, no, not this year. We have backpacks for you this year. So, you know, that's how we started with the backpacks. And then Dega at that time had a shelter for women who, you know, were staying overnight. They had 20 women. And then we started to do pajamas. And then I want to give a shout out to one of your viewers, Mary. Thank you, Mary.
We've been talking all about Mary.
Yes. She, all year long, crochets and knits slippers to go with our pajamas. So women who stay at Dega can get pajamas and slippers.
That's wonderful.
Wow.
So can you imagine coming off the street and being presented with something nice to sleep in? I mean, we started it where they would be given them, give to them Christmas morning. So Christmas morning, they got pajamas.
Well, you talk about a bag, right? I mean, this is yours. Like, this is something that I can identify as this would be mine. I get to take this home, or you know, I get to keep this with me and put all of my things in it. This is something, you know, it kind of sets you a little bit apart. You've got something that you have to look forward to. Yeah.
Correct, and it's got things in there that you're going to be able to use. You know, I mean, I've learned
we'll pass
now
this out.
that
We've got some things in here.
You know, that with men, you know, if you put socks in there, they can use those as gloves also.
Yeah.
You know, a handkerchief can be used as a neck wrap. So, you know, there's different things in there that you will be able to call your own. Now, this kind of came about because in Guiding Light back then, said when men come in, we give them a garbage bag. Oh. And they think, wouldn't it be so cool if we could give them a backpack?
A backpack, yeah.
And so that's how that kind of all started. And then, you know, the pajamas. And then we thought we should include seniors, right?
Yeah.
If you've ever taken care of a parent, you know how important care resource this would be to you.
Yeah, so walk us through some of the things that we've got in here. I know we pulled out our hats and we've got some include slippers like this one. This one has some socks in there.
This one has like almost a handkerchief.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, a handkerchief. You can use it as a neck thing too.
And then personal toiletry items like, you know, some lip balm here, a toothbrush, toothpaste, exactly. I mean, how do you guys formulate what you're going to put into each bag?
Well, I went on site and kind of talked to the people who run the centers, right? Like, what do you think should go in here? So that's how we came up with our list. You know, and there's a detailed list on our Purse Project Facebook page of what you could possibly put in the bag if you're not sure. And these are new. They're new. We started off with gently used, but that got a little messy. So we do new things. So that's how we kind of came up. And then in your own purse, you know, I like to have a mirror. I like to have some lotion.
Nail file, something like that.
A nail file, you know, every woman, if she doesn't have a nail file in her purse, she is lost if she snags her nail.
Oh, yeah. And some lotion too, right?
Yeah.
And here's that list that could possibly go in some of those items too. You sent this along, and each is kind of split up into different things. You know, we've got women's pajamas on there. We've got what could go in a purse, what could go in the backpack. It's really cool that you have explicitly laid out like, hey, these are the things that we're looking for.
So, you know, take your list to the store. You know, you have now until Monday is our community drop-off. And thank you to Marge's Donut Den. She is our location where people can drop things off starting at 4 a.m. And then she's open till 4 p.m. And then on Sunday, her hours are 6 a.m. to 2. And then Monday, we're there till 7. So if you didn't get there in the early morning hours and pick up your donuts, you know, you can come till 7 p.m. and drop off Monday. Now, if you are not into stuffing, you know, bingo prizes for our seniors, it's a great way to go. You know, maybe cards, coloring books. Last year we put together some packs with like shaving cream and razors for the men, you know, so they can win those as bingo prizes. You know, so, you know, picture frames, but, you know, on our list, we kind of give you ideas for the bingo prizes. Or pajamas size, you know, medium, large, or extra large. And then one of the things that I already know I need for our backpacks and purses is gloves for men and women. So you can drop off a pair of gloves or, you know, or mittens for the men and women. And like I said, it's right in the lobby at Marge's Donut Den, set up yesterday. We're ready. We're ready for drop-offs.
Yeah, absolutely. Too, when we're looking in these bags, we're finding not just necessarily those necessity type of items, toiletries, but I've got some playing cards, a little notebook here. Can you talk about the importance of also having some of those not quite luxury items, but almost just extracurricular type of items, really?
Correct. So I came up with the idea of notepads and pens because my sister was a doodler, and I thought, gosh, she had even had a notepad and a pen, right? When you're sitting alone on the street wondering, you know, how you got here, right? I mean, it's important to know, like Degage, you know, with their new center, they house like 100 women. They're not, the ones that get to stay in the center, they are typically working. They're the working poor. They go to jobs and, you know, they have their own little area with their bed. And if they can have this purse, right? I mean, it just makes all the difference. It just brings a little bit of joy, a little bit of hope. Mary Ann and I, a few years ago, decided this was our Christmas. You know, I mean, what do we need, right? I mean, we don't need much, but what do they need? So, you know, this is how we give back. The community has been very, very great on recognizing this project, and I'm so grateful for everything that everybody does. I'm grateful to be in your studio to talk about it.
Well, we're happy to have you here.
Promote it.
You know, I think one of the things, to put it in perspective, what is the need, you know, that you guys are seeing out there with folks that may be homeless? What is the need right now? Just to give people at home an idea of why they should come and help support you guys.
Well, they need to feel special.
Yeah.
They need to know that we see them. You know, you asked about the cards. You could play solitaire, correct? Or, you know, if you have somebody else, you can play a game of slapjack or whatever. So, you know, I was trying to do something, you know, some purses and backpacks, it gets really creative. What we find people do, they may do a word search puzzle. You know, we try to make sure every backpack and purse has a pen or a pencil, right? So you have something to write with. So, you know, Kleenex, you know, little tissues in every backpack. So we try to make sure that every purse and backpack has things that are new. You know, now that one's used because I threw that in there. I didn't have my new ones there yet. So
okay. This is
a sample.
Yeah.
That's just a sample. Yeah.
Yep.
But you know, some of the women started when they did their purses, started tying a pretty scarf.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
hold on.
on the end. So you know, just a scarf that goes on.
I've seen this trend before too.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I kind of liked it. And now for seasonal, I put a little scarf on my purse, right, to make it kind of, you know, cute. But you know, it's just a way for them to feel a little special.
Yeah.
You know, you're coming in, you're down and out, and I know my sister would have loved having a new purse.
Yeah. All right. As we kind of wrap up, we want to make sure that we get the information where people can come find you to help drop off items. Where can we drop off? When can we do that? And when is your pickup going to be?
So drop off is at Marge's Donut Den. She is just west of 131. If you don't know Marge's, you need to go there for the best donuts in town. You know, Marge's Donut Den, and it's starting now. The table is set up. You just drop it off in our lobby. And then Monday, you can come till 7 p.m. We will be there on site with my little Purse Project elves who help me get everything done. Yes, isn't that so sweet? She has such an incredible staff, too. And then we deliver on Tuesday. So we make sure everything gets organized. If there's something not in a purse or backpack, like I said, if we have some fillers, you know, those may be snacks or water bottles. We make sure they're as packed as we can make them. And then we deliver Tuesday morning. And then that's a wrap.
That's awesome. Wow. And then you guys start planning for the next year.
Right. Well, I usually have people start, hey, like Turtle Furs got involved this year.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
Yeah,
and that's these beautiful warm hats.
Which is, it's very soft and very nice.
So, that's really nice. And they gave me a bunch of hats for men and women. So, you know, one time somebody called and they restocked their shelves and they gave me a bunch of nail polish, right? I mean, just people who see what we're doing, you know, and thank you to your viewers.
Yeah.
They're involved.
Absolutely.
So like Mary, right?
Mary, shout out to Mary along the way.
Shout out to Mary.
We've been hearing all about you. Well, Denise, we appreciate you coming in. We appreciate you bringing these items in. And of course, we'll have all the details for you. Where can we find more information? Where's your website at?
Facebook page, Purse Project.
Okay.
We don't have a website. I'm just a...
Yep, we do Facebook.
An ordinary person doing something. So, yeah, it's just Facebook page, Purse Project. You can probably recognize, if you see it, it's orange. It's,
Okay. Well, thank you so much. We
Thank you for having me. I'm so grateful.
Of course. We'll check back in when this all gets wrapped up this year.